Some people don't come into your life to add anything, but to perform an autopsy on your soul while you're still alive. I had reached 30 believing that success was a matter of volume. Who shouted the loudest? Who humiliated with more elegance? Who took up more space? Then Patrick arrived. He was not a boyfriend. He was a project of annihilation. Our relationship was a symbiosis of narcissism. He fed on my need for validation, and I fed on the illusion that standing beside a monster so articulate made me invulnerable. What a mistake. His sarcasm was like an acid he dripped daily onto my ambitions. Paul, dear, you have this adorable habit of thinking the world owes you something just because you learned how to use corporate vocabulary, he would say, with that smile that never reached his eyes. Total destruction came on an ordinary Tuesday, between an overpriced coffee and a board meeting. Patrick didn't just want to leave me. He wanted to erase me. He set a technical ambush, a manipulation of data and reputation that left me without footing, without credit, and without dignity in less than an hour. He looked at me as I lost everything I had built and let out a short, dry laugh. It's not personal, Paul. It's just that you're noise on the frequency I operate on. I needed silence, and you're far too loud with that hard-working mediocrity of yours. Right there, as security escorted me out of the building I had helped raise, my life was destroyed. For an instant, I was nobody. I was the leftover of a joke Patrick had told to an audience of sharks. The following weeks were a blur of fights and twists worthy of an asylum. I didn't cry over lost love. I didn't love that sociopath. I cried out of rage for having been beaten at my own game. Patrick delighted in my ruin. He called me in the middle of the night just to distill a little more of his sarcastic drama. What does it feel like to be human, Paul? It must be so ordinary. Tell me, is the ground cold, or have you gotten used to crawling? He created a web of lies that isolated me. Every time I tried to stand up, he appeared with a new mess, a new lawsuit, a new public spectacle that drained my last reserves of energy. He wanted to see me at rock bottom, but he made the classic mistake of every narcissist. He assumed I would stay there. Mental chaos gave way to a cold obsession. I spent months studying every gap he left while he was too busy admiring himself in the mirror. Patrick was sarcastic, yes, but he was predictable in his arrogance. He needed an audience. He needed me to be watching his ascent for it to make sense. So I gave him exactly what he wanted.